welcome back. I will be really, really honest with you. We just got back from a 4-day weekend, and I'm a little bit on the struggle bus this morning. We had 4th of July yesterday, batch on Monday. I had a weekend full of Love Island, so you've come to the right place, but I'm a little bit tired. So I'm trying to I chugged coffee this morning, which I usually don't do because it makes me a little shaky. I also need to eat lunch. So we're just gonna roll with it. Let's start off with Love Island real quick because I'm gonna do those just off the top of my head. I'm behind because I don't have a VPN to watch it on the UK time. I Love Island always gets spoiled for me, and I don't really care because I'm just here for it. They are in Casa Amor right now, and I have heard a lot of rumbles and grumbles about um Catherine and Scott. So I'm interested to see what happens there. It'll probably come out later this week whenever us US peasants will be able to watch that. But also Love Island is being a little bit just straight up freaking savage with this. We sent Molly home literally on just Katie, you're gonna recouple. She recouples with Zach. Molly, you're dumped. Peace out. Bye. Did hear that Molly comes back for Casa Amor or something like that to get some closure with Zach. We also dumped Maddie, and then also, oh my gosh, what's her name? Mal. Mal's outfit to After Sun was quite interesting, so really love seeing all the comments on Twitter about that. But yeah, so we're gonna see how Casa is going. Casa is probably one of Casa is my favorite part of reality TV as a whole. I love Casa more. But let's jump right into the Bachelorette. First question: what the explicit word? Kendall's gonna have to learn how to bleep me out eventually. What the is Brayden wearing? Also, when was this filmed? I know they're in California, so sometimes the weather's a little bit chilly, a little bit warm, whatever. But a lot of them are wearing button down flannels, and I felt like it was maybe it was filmed in May, so it might have been a little bit chilly there. But they're all wearing flannels. This week we got a one-on-one with Aaron B. We got two group dates and then also kind of a sneaky little one-on-one. Aaron B's date was good. I mean, it was fine. It's the 100 years of the Hollywood sign. Kind of felt a little bit like a brand deal. Also, why did I think the Hollywood sign has just been there since the dinosaurs? Who put it up? When did it get there? She said it was for the 100 years, and I was like, oh, I kind of just figured it was just always there, but that's probably not right. But I'm not a historian. Um, Aaron also came out and said that his coin that he was flipping is actually double sided. So I feel a little bit robbed. I was kind of like, oh my God, that's so cute. The odds. No, it's double sided. It's always heads. So whatever. Both of their parents are in the military. Their dinner was really good. Aaron goes to therapy, which I love. If you don't go to therapy, everybody should be in therapy. That's just my hot take for the day. He was in a 4-year. I don't really know what happened. Did he get cheated on? Did they cheat on him? Did he? I don't really know, but he basically said that he was having problems, so he decided to go to therapy. Um, Everything was really great. The one thing is that usually, not always, but sometimes the first one-on-one, they kind of will get lost throughout the rest of the season because they go 5 or 6 weeks or however long, I don't know, in between actually having another one-on-one. So then they always get put in the group date. So we'll see how Aaron B's connection goes. I do really like Aaron B. I love that he goes to therapy. I love that he's working on himself, but we'll see what happens once we get get to hometown's point. See if he makes it that far or if they kind of just drift apart. Then we have one of my favorite parts of the Bachelorette, which is dodgeball. um First question: why, how many, we have three Calebs, two Calebs with a C, one Caleb with a K. I still can't get over that. um we got a Yosef feature. So for those of you who don't know, Yosef was on Claire's season before Claire and Dale ran off into the sunset and then broke up later. And then Tayshia's season, probably one of my favorite seasons. It was during 2020, I'm pretty sure. So this was literally the best time of everybody's life is whenever we got the Bachelorette back during COVID. Yosef was the one who left his daughter to go be on a reality dating TV show and then was a douche canoe to Claire, because how could he let his daughter watch the show whenever men were playing dodgeball in their basically underwear? Well, Yosef, why did you leave your daughter to go on a reality dating show? That's another question. But we got a Yosef feature, which was really great for Bachelorette Dodgeball. And then Aaron S. actually said, I can't believe we're playing this whenever Yosef's daughter is going to have to watch this at home. Send that man to the beach. Like, get off this show, go straight to paradise. That's where we need that. So that really just gave me a lot of joy. Xavier is like a professional dodgeballer. What does he not do? Caleb B gives me the ick. Like, I don't know what it is about him, but I got the ick. Actually, I got an ick from a few of them, but we'll get to that later. If you know the rules of dodgeball, let me know. Because Adrian, who later got the MVP, who we will talk about a little bit later, I feel like this was kind of set up in a way. I don't know. But he got 3 people out with 1 throw. So it would be like if somebody threw it to me and then it bounced off of me and hit Kendall, and then that same ball hit Lisa, like boom, 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 then we all got out. I don't know. I don't know the official rules, but I was kind of like, is that allowed? Like, I haven't played dodgeball since like probably like my junior year of high school. So like I don't know the rules, but I don't know if that happens. So let me know. Charity kissed Brayden again, and that man's double earrings are getting longer and longer and longer. Like, if he makes it to like 3 more episodes, he's going to have like ropes just like down to his waist because they're effing long. We also kissed John. I was like, I was writing stuff down, and John maybe said that he would play professional basketball, which I don't know. John might be like 7 foot tall. I don't know. But that was an interesting tidbit. And the guys aren't loving Brayden. Brain's a little bit immature. Brain's also 20. I say this, I'm 25. Brain's 24, so he's like a little bit immature. So I get why they aren't loving him, but I'm also wondering, is this like an act that he's playing for the show? Kind of like how we had Queen, what's her name? I don't remember what her name is, but we had the Queen a few years ago on Matt James's season. Queen Victoria. We had her, and then we kind of found out that she's actually a really nice person in real life, but this was just like her reality TV personality. So we'll see how that goes with Brayden, if he's like that immature in real life. Okay, now we're moving on to the like group date portion. So I don't even, it was like one of the teams, I think it was the green team, they might have been red, one of the 2 teams, double-sided coin, one of them won. And then they all go on a group date. So the other dodgeballers that lost got sent back home to the mansion. Sad for them. And then Adrian won MVP. Brayden doesn't feel like Adrian deserved MVP. He thinks that Caleb B slash, that was rude. He thinks that Caleb B, who's a professional wrestler, who also is giving me the ick, deserved MVP. Who cares? It doesn't really matter. But Adrian basically told Charity that he doesn't really like Brayden and that Brayden's here just for a spring break trip, but he also didn't like directly say it. So of course, after Charity comes back and she's like, I heard some information, yada yada yada, the same thing that we hear every season. And then all the guys were like, who said something? This is crazy. And then Brayden basically tells like, the whole thing. Brayden basically says, I think Caleb B should have won, whatever. So then we go back, and now we're like stirring the pot a little bit for the drama. We're stirring the pot a little bit for the Adrian, Brayden drama. We'll get to that in just a little bit. And then we have another group date where Gabby and Rachel are back. I love Gabby and Rachel. I love them as friends. I love them. I mean, they're just great. Gabby is freaking hilarious. So I'm just so glad that she was back. And basically, the guys this is why we got moved to 8 p.m. so we're not on prime time. And is that, I don't know if it's called prime time, but we got moved so we can be a little bit less family friendly. They had to basically answer questions about Charity, and then whoever impressed Charity the most was going to set the world record for longest make out, snog, kiss, whatever you want to call, in Bachelorette history. She picked Joey. Joey's a professional tennis pro, is what his little thing says. 4 minutes and 25 seconds. That is a long snog. They needed probably to have some Vaseline after that. So Joey and Charity, do a little kissy kiss in front of everybody, whatever. Life is good for Joey, not so good for the other guys because they were there. Really uncomfortable situation for them, I feel like. There's also an audience there, which we're pulling in a lot of audiences for these. We're pulling in a lot of people for these dates. So then Joey's kiss then turns into a one-on-one date, which love that for Joey. But so then the guys go back to the mansion and they're like peeved off because Joey got this one-on-one. And then they go back, and then Brayden, who got the first impression rose, he's giving me Yosef vibes. He literally said he feels like Charity disrespected the other guys because she kissed Joey in front of them on their date. So then we kind of got that, and I was like, okay, not about you, Brayden. It's not about you. Get over it. But then we get Joey's one-on-one. I love Joey's story. If you haven't heard it, you should definitely go listen to it. It's just really refreshing to hear on this series. So then Joey's one-on-one, and then we go to, what else do we love in The Bachelorette? A barbecue at the mansion. So then we go back to the barbecue at the mansion. Brayden then has a conversation with Charity where in his one-on-one thing to just the camera, he basically says he feels like he doubted her character and he packed his bags before the barbecue. So I'm like, okay, he's gonna peace, whatever. And then their conversation kind of takes a little bit of a left turn, and then Charity kind of apologized to Brayden and then was like, thank you for being vulnerable. They need to show her these outtakes. They need to show these people these, because I feel like she's like, oh my god, Brayden's so nice, I have connection with him. Meanwhile, he's saying I have my bags packed and I doubted her character because she could. Basically, Brayden says nobody wants to see their girlfriend or the person they're dating kiss 25 other guys. Does somebody want to tell him what freaking show he signed up for? Anyways. Meanwhile, Charity's outfit was so cute. She had on an orange tank with a pink cardigan, or that's reverse, and some white jeans. She looked good. I loved it. I'm here for orange and pink as a color combo, especially for the summer. I'm here for that. Adrian also talked to Charity again about the whole Spring Breakers thing. Adrian basically threw Brayden under the bus, which I get, but then also Xavier had a really good point, and he was like, why is Adrian talking about Brayden so much? Let's just move on. Just let things naturally play out. Then we go to the rose ceremony. We kept Adrian and Brayden. I want to send them on a 2-on-1. Let's have the first 2-on-1 of the season. Let's have 4 2-on-1s this season. Let's just do it. What's holding us back? Send them on a 2-on-1. I want to get to the bottom of it. I want it to happen. I want it to be a Shanae and Genevieve revamp from Clayton season, and then send them both to the beach, send them on the date with some twins, and then they'll be best friends, and it'll be the biggest plot twist ever. In conclusion, I like Aaron B. I don't know if I love him yet. I still really like Dotun. Brayden is also giving me the ick. Brayden and Caleb B giving me the ick. So We'll see. I feel like next episode is going to be a little bit spicier. We're like kind of wheeling it down. These guys are kind of dramatic though, which I'm here for, but we'll see. We still have a lot more to go. I feel like Charity is kind of doing that thing still where she's like a little bit like, I like him, so I'm going to let things slide. So now we're going to hear from our sponsor, which is of course the one and only Chief of Staff Kansas City. Kansas City's recruiting firm. So Chief of Staff specializes in administrative, accounting, finance, HR, sales, operations. We have strategic partners for marketing. We have strategic partners for light industrial, strategic partners for IT. I mean, basically one-stop shop. Really the biggest focus is placing people, not paper. We really want to help find connections that matter. And so whether you are a client, whether you are a candidate, whether you're just looking for some tips, I mean, really that's what we're here to do, is to make your job search easier. Okay, we have a doozy for this story. I'm just going to read it off because I didn't want to miss any parts of it. So the title of this story, I'm titling it Hocus Pocus in Recruiting ? So we'll just get right into it. The story is, one time I interviewed a candidate who didn't meet the job qualifications, which does happen sometimes. Like, you'll be interviewing somebody and then you'll be like, okay, great. Like, you're still a good candidate, but like this job just isn't a fit for you. So we'll like keep them in mind for anything else. So it says, during the interview, I told them I would keep them in mind for other positions. And then after the interview, they sent me and my boss an email and said a curse on me and said a curse. This is one of those moments where after I read this, I was like, I don't have any like job tips besides just personal life advice. Maybe sage your house, get some crystals. They might have a voodoo doll of you. So I don't have any job tips besides just one, maybe obvious. If you're sending a follow-up email to somebody, maybe don't set a curse on them. Also, it was like a legitimate curse. It wasn't just like, you're the worst, I don't want to work with you, you're sketchy. Like, no, it was literally, there were some curse words in there that I'm not going to repeat because Kendall doesn't know how to bleep me out yet. But there were like, it was like a legitimate curse. So we could have saved this one for Halloween, but personally I wanted to share it now because it's kind of hilarious. So best of luck to them. I don't think they're actually cursed. I mean, hopefully they might be, I don't know. But yeah, get some sage, get some crystals. But yeah, I mean, that's really all I have for that one. I don't really have any other viable tips besides don't follow up email and curse people because that's not great. But that's all I have for this week. We're going to be, hopefully next week we'll have some updates on Casa more. We'll have some updates. I'm just going to like binge watch the next season of the Kardashians so that way we can just round that out. You know, Kourtney's pregnant. We're seeing about that. Apparently Kourtney and Kim kind of hate each other. So we'll see what happens there. And then as always, please send in your recruiting stories to my email, which is bbeets@coskc.com. And I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.